Introduction. The art of asymmetrical warfare. Hezbollah's rise as one of the most powerful non-state military forces in the world is rooted in its mastery of guerrilla warfare and rocket-based military strategy. The group's ability to blend into civilian populations, operate from rugged terrain, and launch relentless rocket attacks against a technologically superior enemy like Israel has made it a case study in asymmetrical warfare. Unlike conventional armies, Hezbollah relies on tactics that exploit its opponent's weaknesses, striking when least expected and retreating to secure positions. This detailed narrative explores the evolution of Hezbollah's military strategy, from its beginnings in the 1980s to the 2006 war with Israel and beyond. The group's tactics reflect a unique combination of ideological motivation, strategic adaptability, and logistical ingenuity, making it a formidable adversary on the battlefield. Early days. The foundations of guerrilla warfare. Hezbollah's origins as a guerrilla group were shaped by Lebanon's mountainous terrain and its fight against Israel's occupation of southern Lebanon. When Israel invaded Lebanon in 1982, Hezbollah, backed by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, began organizing small, mobile units to conduct ambushes, raids, and hit-and-run attacks on Israeli positions. Hezbollah's fighters, drawn primarily from Lebanon's Shia community, were highly motivated by a combination of religious devotion and nationalistic fervor. Their familiarity with the landscape gave them an edge, allowing them to harass Israeli forces and their South Lebanon Army, SLA, allies. These early operations laid the groundwork for Hezbollah's evolving guerrilla tactics, teaching the group how to exploit the terrain, minimize casualties, and maximize damage. Small unit tactics. Speed, surprise, and mobility. Hezbollah's guerrilla strategy revolves around the use of small, decentralized units capable of operating independently. These units are highly mobile and trained to carry out surprise attacks, making it difficult for conventional armies to pin them down. Fighters move swiftly between tunnels, bunkers, and civilian areas, using the terrain to their advantage. The group relies heavily on ambushes, sniper attacks, and IEDs, improvised explosive devices, to disrupt enemy movements. For example, during the Israeli occupation of southern Lebanon in the 1990s, Hezbollah's fighters would plant IEDs along patrol routes and ambush convoys from concealed positions. These tactics inflicted significant casualties on Israeli forces, contributing to Israel's withdrawal from southern Lebanon in 2000. The element of camouflage. Blending into civilian environments. A key feature of Hezbollah's tactics is its ability to blend into civilian environments. Fighters operate from within towns and villages, using homes, schools, and mosques as cover. This makes it difficult for enemies to distinguish between combatants and civilians, complicating efforts to carry out targeted strikes. While critics have accused Hezbollah of using civilians as human shields, the group argues that it is defending its own people against foreign aggression. This dual-use strategy, combining military operations with social infrastructure, has been both a tactical advantage and a source of controversy. Hezbollah's rocket strategy. Saturation attacks. One of Hezbollah's most effective military strategies is its use of rockets to overwhelm enemy defenses. The group maintains a vast arsenal of rockets, ranging from short-range Katyusha rockets to longer-range missiles capable of striking major cities in Israel. These rockets are relatively inexpensive and easy to produce, making them ideal for a strategy based on quantity over precision. During the 2006 Israel-Hezbollah war, the group fired over 4,000 rockets into northern Israel over the course of 34 days. The goal of these attacks was not only to cause damage but also to instill fear and disrupt daily life. By launching rockets from concealed locations and using mobile launchers, Hezbollah ensured that Israeli forces could not easily locate and destroy its firing positions. The use of precision missiles. A growing threat in recent years, Hezbollah has upgraded its arsenal with precision-guided missiles, provided by Iran. These missiles pose a greater threat than unguided rockets, as they are capable of hitting strategic targets with accuracy. Israeli intelligence has repeatedly warned about Hezbollah's growing precision missile capability, which could potentially target critical infrastructure such as airports, military bases, and power plants. This shift from unguided rockets to precision missiles reflects Hezbollah's evolving strategy. While saturation attacks remain a core element of its arsenal, the group now has the option to carry out targeted strikes, raising the stakes in any future conflict. Tunnel warfare. Undermining enemy defenses. Hezbollah's use of underground tunnels is another key component of its military strategy. These tunnels allow fighters to move undetected, store weapons, and launch surprise attacks behind enemy lines. The group has built an extensive network of tunnels along the Lebanese-Israeli border, providing safe passage for fighters and munitions. During the 2006 war, Israeli forces discovered several of these tunnels, but the full extent of Hezbollah's underground network remains unknown. Inspired by Hamas's tactics in Gaza, Hezbollah continues to develop its tunnel warfare capabilities, posing a significant challenge for any ground invasion. Psychological warfare. Winning hearts and minds. In addition to its military tactics, Hezbollah employs psychological warfare to influence both its supporters and enemies. The group's media outlets, including Al-Manar TV, play a crucial role in shaping public perception. By broadcasting images of victorious fighters and highlighting Israeli casualties, Hezbollah bolsters its reputation as a resistance force. At the same time, the group uses psychological tactics to demoralize its enemies. Rocket attacks on civilian areas, kidnappings of soldiers, and propaganda campaigns are designed to sow fear and uncertainty. These efforts, combined with Hezbollah's military capabilities, make it a formidable adversary both on and off the battlefield. Hezbollah's lessons from the 2006 war. The 2006 war with Israel was a turning point for Hezbollah's military strategy. Despite suffering heavy losses, the group emerged from the conflict with enhanced prestige. It had managed to withstand the might of the Israeli military, proving that asymmetrical tactics could be effective against a conventional army. The war also highlighted areas for improvement. Hezbollah has since invested in better training, new weapon systems, and more advanced communication networks. The group continues to adapt its tactics, preparing for future conflicts by learning from past experiences. Conclusion. A complex and evolving military strategy. Hezbollah's military tactics represent a unique blend of guerrilla warfare, rocket attacks, and psychological operations. These tactics, honed over decades of conflict, have enabled the group to punch above its weight, challenging more powerful adversaries such as Israel. With continued support from Iran, Hezbollah has become a key player in the Middle East's complex geopolitical landscape. The group's ability to adapt and innovate ensures that it remains a formidable force, capable of influencing events far beyond Lebanon's borders. As both a military and political organization, Hezbollah's actions will continue to shape the region's future, making it a subject of both admiration and fear.